this is Dr. Sun. So today I'm going to show you the concept of reading frame, and I'm going to demonstrate also what the consequence of frame shift mutation by insertion or deletion. So first of all, let's open this GFP mRNA gentle file. So previously I have demonstrated how to add this entire coding sequence as a feature. Okay, then if you click this edit feature, you can check this coding sequence. Okay, coding sequence, and I ask you put the reading frame as 1. Okay, so what is the meaning of reading frame 1? So within this coding sequence, the first codon is ATG, which is the start codon for translation. Okay, so if the reading frame is 1, means the translation start from this first nucleotide within this feature. All right, then you can see the next codon is AGT, which code for series, and so on, okay, all the way to the stop codon TAA. Okay, so TAA is a stop codon. It does not code for any amino acid, so it's just indicated with a vertical line here. All right, so now let's see what happens if we change the reading frame to 2. Okay, first of all, let me crop this sequence as comparison. Okay, so I just crop the first part of the sequence as comparison. Okay. So now let's go to this feature here. Let's change to the reading frame to 2. All right. So if you change the reading frame to 2, which means you are starting the translation from the second nucleotide, which in this case is number 2, TGA. TGA itself is a stop codon. So immediately the translation stop. So which means if you start from reading frame 2, this long piece of coding sequence will code for nothing, right? So which is incorrect, right? Because our correct reading frame should be number 1, right? Now, if we shift the reading frame to number 3, see what happens. Okay, so now, so these two are ignored. Start the reading from number 3. Okay, so you can see the first codon EAG, and followed by another stop codon TAA. All right, so again, this mRNA will not be translated properly. You get nothing out of it. Okay, because although you have one codon, but followed immediately by a stop codon, and in front you do not have a proper start codon. Okay, so again, this entire mRNA will not be translated to any meaningful peptide. Okay, so that's why the reading frame is so important. So let's change it back. Let's change it back to number 1. Okay. All right, so immediately come back. Okay, so during translation, the ribosome will look for ATG, okay, as a start codon. So this is a continuous piece of sequence. So what if there is a mutation? All right, so if at this particular position, for example, okay, we insert one extra nucleotide. So let's see what happens. Okay, so at this position, you can click edit. Wait, we have not changed anything so far, so there's no need to save it. So you just click edit, enter the edit mode. So at this position, you can see the cursor stopping at this position. So what if there is a single nucleotide insertion? What happens? Let's say I insert another T. All right, immediately you will see there is a change. Okay, so let's compare with the original sequence. All right, if you compare with the original sequence, right? So this part is still the same all the way to T. Okay, but there is an extra nucleotide T. Okay, I just inserted in, right? So immediately the original codon GGA will be split. Okay, so the first two G will be forced to join the T I inserted in, so it become a new codon TGG. Okay, then the last original A will join the next two nucleotide from new codon. So you can see this reading frame will be changed. So the amino acid sequence coded will be completely different from original protein sequence. Okay, and the here there's a new stop codon will be created. Okay, so you can see this entire mRNA will be translated just earlier this short part. Okay, become a truncated polypeptide. Okay, eventually this peptide will be, even is made, okay, it will be quickly degraded. It will not be functional. All right, so what if we change two? We insert two amino acids, two nucleotide. All right, so just now I already inserted one T. So if I insert one more, right, I insert one more T, and let's see what is the consequence compared to the original. Okay, again at this position, I inserted two T. So instead now, the new codon become TTG. Okay, instead of original GGA. Right, then again, it's a frame shift mutation. It is completely different from the original sequence. Okay, so let's try one more time. If we insert one additional nucleotide, so in total I insert three nucleotides inside. Okay, so three nucleotides will form a codon by themselves. Okay, so let's see what's the consequence. Okay, again, the insertion site is before this GGA. So now the TTT are inserted themselves from a new codon, which is code for F, phenylalanine. Okay, then the original codon GGA is still intact. Okay, then the subsequent codons are all still intact. We do a comparison. Okay, we do a comparison here, right, and here and so on. And the subsequent amino acid also not changed. Okay, so only thing changed here is create a new codon, TTT. All right, so that is a consequence of insertion. If you insert one or two nucleotides, then it will cause frame shift mutation. Okay, so because the later parts, the reading frame has been shifted. Okay, so all right, so let's just delete the three nucleotides we inserted in, okay, to restore the original reading frame. Okay, you can see the later part is still correct and all the way to the stop codon TA. So just now we demonstrated insertion. So what if we delete nucleotides? So let's say if I delete this first nucleotide of the here of this GGA codon, all right, then you will see what happened. Just delete. We are still in the editing mode, so I can just delete. All right, again the same thing. Okay, you see what happened. If I delete this G here, right, this G is deleted, then the new codon formed will be GAG. Okay, GAG code for E. E is glutamate. Okay, okay. And next nucleotide next codon here, GTT, is split. Okay, because the first G form a new codon with the previous two nucleotide. Then the new codon start from TTG. Okay, so this is again a frame shift mutation for this part because the reading frame changed. Okay, so then it create a premature stop codon TAG here. Okay, so then this GFP sequence will only have the first few amino acids are correct, then followed by some random amino acids, and followed by premature stop codon. So this mRNA will not code for any functional protein. All right. So just now I showed deletion of 1. So what if we delete 2? Okay. I delete 2. Let's bring back the original sequence again for comparison. If I deleted 2, so the GG. Okay. The GG was deleted. Okay. So the remaining A will form a codon with next to nucleotide, which is AGT. Okay, let me highlight. Okay, so AGT does not code for valine anymore. Okay, so AGT code for serine. Okay, so form a new triplet codon AGT, and so subsequently the codon is TGT, CCC, and so on. Eventually, there's a stop premature stop codon. Okay, so this is again is example of frame shift mutation by deleting 2 nucleotides. Okay, so what if we delete 3 nucleotides? Okay, so we delete, let's delete one more last codon, last nucleotides in the codon GGA. Okay, all right. So again, I bring back the original sequence for comparison. So far, all the 3 nucleotides GGA has been deleted. Okay, so the next nucleotides G. Okay, and with the following 2 GTT. Okay, from codon, which is actually still the same as the original sequence here. Okay, so the effect is just the deletion of this entire codon GGA, okay, which code for glycine. Okay, so if you delete 3 nucleotides, then this amino acid glycine will just be deleted. Okay, but the remaining codons from this after that is actually still intact. Okay, you can do a comparison. V V P I L V E L D G and so on. All right, and this protein, okay, majority part of the protein may still be translated. Okay, however, due to this single amino acid deletion, so this protein may or may not be functional. It really depends on the function of this particular amino acid. Okay, so we're just demonstrating this file. We're not really going to save it, so I'm just exit the editing mode. Okay, so and then I'm just going to close this file without saving it because I'm just trying to demonstrate the effect of insertion and deletion towards the reading frame. So I'm going to just close this. Okay, so this is the end of the demonstration.